welcome to another video. It's been a very long time since I've uploaded a video in here. For today's recipe, we're going to be making oven baked donut, and this is a very easy recipe. So we're going to be making vanilla donuts and strawberry donuts. So firstly, we're going to start with the vanilla donuts. I'm just going to get all what we need for the dry ingredients. Flour, and I will be using, so make sure you have your measuring scale so I can get an accurate measurement. So so I made 130 grams of flour, and we're going to go with our sugar. I'm just going to add about 65, no, because we made 130, I would add like 70 grams of sugar. I'm just going to go in with the salt and add just a little bit of salt, just to balance the flavor of the sugar. So because we made use of self-raising flour, we do not need to add baking soda. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix this all together. So in another bowl, get another bowl ready, and we're going to make the wet ingredients. Okay, so for the buttermilk, I'm going to be using semi-skimmed milk, and I will be going for 120 ml of milk. 120. Just going to go in with 1 egg. Okay, I added about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I didn't show that in the video. You can add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, or you can go in with butter. But the difference between me using butter and vegetable oil is that with oil it gives it a much lighter, softer, and it stays moist for longer. But with butter, it gives it a richer flavor. But I just want to use oil so that you could the donuts would be light and soft. But you could go with either of the two. Okay, so use 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, or if you do not have vanilla extract, you can go ahead and use golden syrup. So 1 teaspoon of this. That's about it. This recipe is very easy to make. In this bowl is just egg, milk, honey or vanilla extract, which is the simple as go. Afterwards, get your dry ingredients. Now carefully pour the wet into the dry. Actually, what I like to do is create a well. Oh, I didn't do that. In terms of make a gap in the middle, and then you pour the wet mixture. And then the idea of just mixing in circles, round. So I call it the well method, basically. Vanilla donuts. Then we'll move on to the strawberry donut, but you should give about 8 donuts. And then this method I call the well. It's all mixed together. To make the next step of this recipe, you would need to have a mold like this. You have a mold like this to make it in the oven, and you need a piping bag. If you get a piping bag or a Ziploc bag, because what we're going to do, we're going to pour the mixture here, and we're going to cut this tip so that it will be easy to drizzle. And then, because before when I was making oven baked donut, I would directly pour it in, but then it makes it messy. But to make it neat, we're going to use this bag, cut it, and then pipe it around. Okay. this is the first 6 donuts, so I'm getting the rest of 2 in the next one, the next mold. Okay, so make sure you've preheated your oven. That is, I've put the oven on for quite 2 minutes now, and let this bake. Let the donut bake for 10 minutes because it cooks so quick, so make sure it doesn't burn. So 10 minutes should be enough, and if it's not about 10 minutes, maybe 2 more minutes after, 10 to 12 minutes, and that should be enough. So let's put it in the oven now. Okay, scratch that. We're going to be making chocolate donut instead. Next time we'll make strawberry donut, and the same ingredients as we did earlier with the vanilla. The wet ingredients applies. 1 egg, the same measurement of the milk, and the butter or the vegetable oil, vanilla extract. The wet ingredients is all the same, so just going to mix it up. Alright, for the dry ingredients, we'll be using 120 grams of self-raising flour. 120 grams. Then cocoa powder, about 25 grams. Cocoa powder. The vanilla cake. That's enough. Sugar would be about 100 grams. Of sugar, and then add a little bit of salt as well. I'm just going to go ahead and mix it. Alright, this is whisked now, and update on the vanilla donut. 10 minutes. The 10-minute timer is up, but it's not ready yet, so I give it another 2 more minutes. And just as the same method applies for the vanilla, I'm just going to make it well. Pour in the wet mixture and just keep on mixing until okay, so the same method applies, pouring it into the piping bag, and then we'll cut it and drizzle it on the donut dough. Okay, so to make the glaze, the chocolate donut is in the oven, and to make the glaze, I'll be going with the icing sugar, and I want to need about 120 grams of powdered sugar or icing sugar. 120 grams. Okay, and then I will be using, and next I'm going to use evaporated milk. You can use any milk, either dairy or the semi-skewed milk we used earlier. I'll be going with evaporated milk. I will need 2 of this measurement. And we're going to mix it. And if it's too thin, just add 1 tablespoon at a time. If it's too thick, I mean. And this glaze would cover the first 8 vanilla donuts, and then you repeat the steps again for the chocolate donuts. And you dip the donuts in immediately when it's cool, not too hot, but not very hot basically.